Last week I didn't get to do a review for Grimm because I joined it halfway through and had to catch up, but I did get to see the fox fight, and oh boy, when those two foxes threw down, they threw down hard. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing episode 4 of Grimm. And I can't believe we're already at episode 4. It feels like just yesterday I did the first episode. But I have to say, like I said, last week I didn't do my review, so I do want to just point out some good and bad. I've really liked where they're going with things, and I really like a lot the question of exactly how powerful their daughter is. Although, on the other hand, it was a step back towards status quo in a season where we were promised that it was going to be everyone going to war, and with Nick getting his job back, although, to be fair, having him as Renard announce that he was an undercover cop and that a big thanks to him was a pretty awesome plan, and much better than I expect from Nick, so, hey, kudos. But okay, on to tonight's episode. Tonight's episode was all about the baby, and you know what? It was a pretty good episode. I like ones that focus on Monroe and his family. They're pretty cool. But before we get too deep into it, let me throw this up here. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. We start off with a bang, as the creepy little girl tells Monroe and Rosalita that they're not just having a kid. They're having kids, plural. I want to make a joke about puppies and litters right now because it's a werefox and a werewolf, but I'll refrain for some reason. Okay, so bad jokes aside, we have a couple things going on. Starting with that stick. You know, the one that no one knows what it really is. I've heard theories, everything from it's the Spear of Destiny to it's the cross that Jesus was crucified on to even more outlandish ones. Yeah, there's more outlandish. Whatever it is, though, is connecting Nick and Juliet when she goes for it. So I'm interested to see what that psychic connection is. And speaking of psychic connections, let's talk about the fact that Renard's seeing dead people. And not in the fun way. Is he being haunted? Or is something that stick did having some sort of effect on the whole world? Did they open the door to the world of the dead? Or is it just a coincidence that a ghost is haunting him at the same time that Juliet got to see someone being pulled to hell with a death grip, which happened right after someone was healed using that stick? Seems an awfully big coincidence, and this show isn't big on coincidences. It's funny how the theme runs through the subplots. In this particular case, with Renard teaching his daughter a pretty basic lesson. You don't have to protect everyone, and to a certain extent I understand that. But then again, there's also, though, when you have powers and you don't use them, well, okay, this isn't Spider-Man, so I guess, great power, great responsibility isn't quite the same thing. But just the whole idea of the way him and Nick are going to raise their kids is a pretty interesting juxtaposition. And it's not just there, because it's the main theme of tonight's episode, as our little baby eater takes up a whole new meaning of who's the monster and who's the savior. And the question becomes whether or not you would stop Ted Bundy, whether you would stop Adolf Hitler, whether you would stop any major criminal if you could see the future. Is killing someone as a baby acceptable if you know for sure that you can see that they're going to be a mass murderer? I mean, that's pretty horrible if you think about it. Because then there's also the whole, would this baby have grown up to be so horrible? Would the Three Bears blanket have mattered at all if he hadn't tried to kidnap him? Is this a self-fulfilling prophecy? Man, Greek tragedy written all over it. By trying to avoid the road, you walked down it and met it. Well, any way you look at it, Grimm had a pretty messed up take on it, and in the end, they had to kill the guy, who thought he was doing the right thing even if he was doing the wrong. Kinda like Renard. No, I take that back. Renard probably knows he's doing the wrong thing. So what did you guys think of tonight's episode? Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and then we'll talk about them next week, when we explore more of Grimm. For now, I need to ask you to like, subscribe, and share this video, like everyone else, and then join me back here next time as we walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching.